Another Saturday, another playbook review coming at you, this time featuring one of my favorite stories in all of real-life college football this year, and probably my favorite air raid playbook we have used to date, the North Texas Mean Green, ranked in the top 25 for the first time in the AP poll in like 70 years, something like that. They have a quarterback that didn't start since a freshman in high school. If you're not on the Mean Green to the playoff train, I don't know what to tell you. So for North Texas, we are going to go into practice mode, go over a lot of their shotgun sets. There's a lot of stuff in there I like a lot. We're going to mix in some gameplay clips from our campus tour we did with them recently, and I will do my best to explain why I love this North Texas playbook and why I think it is really, really good. So first thing first, let's just hop into practice mode and let's give these guys, they've got some good alternates too. Let's go with the all black alternates. Pretty sick, pretty slick. Let me move my face so you can see. Bing, bang, boom. There you go. Let's go with those. We'll put them on Heisman and let's rock. Let's get into it. North Texas air raid style offense. Super good, super fun. Just as a quick overview of the shotgun sets that we have, there are a lot in here. Split slot, you got some good double stuff, some normal Y off, some slot left, some open flex, more trips, a lot of trips, tight open, some spread, some more trips, some double stack, a little wide bunch, veer and shoot kind of style formation thrown in there too. Why the heck not? Empty base, empty quads, and bunch quads open. We'll just start at the beginning, go with split slot. We're not going to go over every formation, but we are going to go over about 7 or 8. There's a lot of good stuff in this Mean Green playbook. Split slot we're going to go over very quickly because there's just a few things we want to cover that I think are really, really good. You got some solid run plays with the inside zone, shovel option. I've never really gotten the shovel option to work great personally, but except one time when we were filming one of these, I actually got a shovel option to work. Fullback inside, so you got runs going from the left or the right back, going different directions. Love that mix up. But when it comes to the pass plays, we have this mesh post wheel. We're going to see a ton of mesh throughout this playbook, kind of an air raid staple. It makes sense, especially because it's just really good, especially in this game. Drags from anywhere, but especially from like your slot or your tight end, very, very difficult for defenses to guard, almost always going to be open. The motion slot dig I think is somewhat interesting. Obviously you need time for that to kind of work the way it should, but we have that vertical on our left halfback, hopefully opening up that deep dig. But the main pass plane here that I love so much is backs cross. I think we're almost always getting somebody open on this play. We have kind of a mesh going between our two halfbacks, both going out on their routes there, and Shakes, just by the way. Good one play touchdown potential against a lot of cover threes. But backs cross, this is going to be our first. We're going to hop over to our gameplay example here to show this one. This was just about a week or two ago. We were in North Texas going against Army during our campus tour series. Obviously, this is our first drive of the game. 2 minutes left in the first. It will be coming out in backs cross. Now, the hot route I like to do, and we will do on this play, and I do miss a touchdown on it on this play, is actually take your slot receiver here, Coleman, and put him on a post, because we're hoping these routes are going to keep everybody kind of down over the middle, and it's going to open up a post right in about here. And that's exactly what happens, but I missed it because I'm not that good at this game. But we'll also see just how wide open the backs get on this because of this little cross sort of mesh that they do. But there's our post on A. Again, this is gonna be wide open. I understand before you leave a comment. I know A is wide open and a touchdown on this. I get it. But you know what else is wide open? Our halfback. And we even could have gone Y. Now the problem with this play that we kind of saw here is they will run into the offensive line and potentially run into each other quite a bit, but once they actually get out into the field, they get wide open. And there's A, by the way. Speaking of wide open, exactly where I was talking about. But we have either back on this because his user was kind of late to recognize that post, so he's trying to run back to the middle. We could have gone Y over this way. You can go RB over this way. Either way, nice and easy, wide open. Backs cross is a phenomenal play. The backs cross definitely going to be a go-to out of split slot here. Even that slot post angle is actually a very, very solid play. Just overall split slot, very good. Now doubles, I'm a big doubles guy. And what we have in North Texas is these 3 different orbit motions, which are all kind of interesting. I like that kind of table route we have on orbit Y sail on our right halfback. And that can be very good. Now, a thing I want to look at, these 2 pass plays I think are very, very good. Z in, we actually have a gameplay example of coming up here in just a second, but I actually want to run this Y stick a couple times. And the main thing we're looking at here is going to be outside on the left. I think I still need to get better at making this read. I'm not entirely sure what it is, but I think Y or X is open almost no matter what the coverage is here. I'm mainly looking at that outside corner. If he's dropping back, we should be able to throw this to Coleman. If he's kind of staying down, we should be able to throw it to Evans. See, so he's backing up, so we can throw that out to Coleman quick. I think there's something to this little kind of weird looking out route that Coleman is on, mixed with that weird kind of in route Evans is on. Let's see, he's kind of staying down, but he backed up just enough. If it's going to be a free 4 yards, I'm okay taking a free 4 yards and getting a one-on-one that potentially we can win out here. I'm trying to see, I was hoping we could get a spot where we can throw to Evans. Oh, good hands there, buddy. I want to see when Evans kind of gets open on this. Kind of right there. Can pass lead that down and get your one-on-one and hope your guy just bounces off the tackle, because the tackling in this game isn't great. So outside corner, he's backing up, so we can just throw that. Then we get a one-on-one with the safety. The pursuit angle's terrible. We get to the corner with Coleman, and whoa. I don't know what happened there. Backs up again, we can just take that, get our one-on-one, free yards. We like free yards, and an air raid style offense is about getting the ball out quick, getting into your playmakers in space. I think this is actually a really, really good play for it. It's just one I've never really tried to throw that to X quick. One I didn't actually mess with in the game, but looking at it now, I kind of love it, especially if the slot corner's blitzing like that. Then we get a one-on-one and can just put the guy on skates. So I think there's a lot of potential on this play specifically that I hadn't really looked at too much before, but I love that little 1-2 combo on our left there on Y stick. Now Z in. This play I think is phenomenal. I love corner routes on tight ends just in general, especially against man coverage. It seems like they get wide open, but I also love posts from our slot receiver, especially on plays like this where we have an underneath threat to keep defenders down like we have on B. So this is going to be our next gameplay example from our campus tour, and we will see that post from our slot, just how open it can get when things actually work how we think they will. So we come out Z in, we're down in the red zone here. Now he'd been calling a lot of cover 2. This is a big reason why we called this play as well. He's been calling a lot of like shaded down cover 2, so his hooks have been staying down. So we're calling this specifically because of this post on Coleman. That's really the only thing we're looking at. And with Young coming on this in route, we're hoping it's going to keep all these defenders down. And let's see what happens. Spoiler alert, it works. Also, Mestamaker, we need some help sometimes, buddy. So this play works pretty much exactly how we want it to. He's got the hooks here, right? But they're all, his users coming down. He's kind of staying down. They're staying on the underneath stuff. So right over the middle, we have our post from the slot wide open, going to a beautiful spot. User too concerned about that little in route. We got this wide open, and Drew Mestmaker sails it right to the referee. But that is still a good example of how that play works and why I think that's a really, really good option out of North Texas's gun doubles. And elsewhere in the formation, we've got some other really good air raid stuff. 94Y, 617, pretty much anything with the numbers in its name is going to be an air raid play. Drag under is an interesting one because that drag from even from an outside receiver, just very, very difficult to guard. And hopefully that's sucking some defenders down so we can hit that corner route on our tight end, or we have a high-low going between that and the dig route Y is on. So some good stuff in there as well. Same thing with shallow cross, drag from your tight end this time, but then another high-low. I mean, I kind of like doing a post on Y on that as well. I know technically that's probably not the right thing to do, but that just gives a little bit more space between the high and the low there. Wide receiver drag, same kind of thing. Got some more mesh in here. PA dagger, same exact thing. It's a lot of the same concepts, just in different packages, which I love. I think that makes things much, much harder to defend because it might look a little different at onset. You're expecting a drag from the slot, but it's actually coming from the outside receiver, or it's actually coming from the tight end, but it's the same kind of ideas. That makes things a little bit easier, at least for me. Now there doubles Y off, not a ton in here that I personally like. Of course, doesn't mean it's not good, but the thing I do like out of here though is RPO bubble, because, and I want to see if this actually works, we want to make sure their auto flip is on. Then if we put them in, it doesn't really matter. We'll just put them in cover 3 sky, for example. Actually, no, let's put them in something different that's going to kind of show what I'm talking about. The main thing I want to see is what side the slot corner actually lines up on here compared to it being a linebacker. So let's just put them in like a cover 2. Okay, so the slot corner is on that side. I was hoping he was actually on the other side, which would make it even better. But from here, we should still be able to throw this against like a cover 2. Anything that doesn't have a hard flat on that side, which a lot of people won't hard flat. I know I would not be hard flatting this left side against a formation like this, just because I'm not expecting an RPO out of a formation like this. It's not like a trips where a lot of people will go to RPOs. So having one out of a doubles can be a really, really sneaky way to be able to catch people off guard. So that I do like. But the other pass plays in here, not the biggest fan of. We also have some doubles Y off weak, some fun little motion things in here with the swing, the stick wheel, lead swing spot, more shallow cross, more daggers, double post. Some good runs in here too with like 0-1 trap, PA read. So between doubles Y off weak and just their regular doubles, I think there's a lot in there to like. So now we're going to move out of doubles. We still have good stuff in some of this other formations. I'm just not really going to focus on these because I don't want this to be a 2-hour long video, which it could be with a playbook like North Texas. We're going to go to open flex, which I think is a pretty interesting looking formation, really for one specific play. I think the read Y flat out of here is going to be even better than a normal read Y flat, just from where he's starting, where he's lined up. With our tight end kind of starting in the backfield like this, I really think this read Y flat, okay, a little block would have been nice, but I really think this read Y flat's even better than one out of like a Y off trips or something like that, where he's actually on the line. I almost think that's just a little bit sneakier. He gets a little bit more momentum. I just really wish these North Texas guys could hold the block to help. I mean, he just ran right by the slot and the linebacker to go block the safety. Buddy, help us out, please. Now he's going to go get the safety again, but that actually works out nice for us, and Williams can take it. Okay. Why he's so determined to go get that safety. But that read Y flat out of here, I think, is very, very good. We have the runs out of here, I'm not too sure about. We have the halfback toss where our guard is going to pull and that tight end is going to try to go set the edge too. So against certain defenses, like if they're coming out in big, heavy man blitzes, like cover zero stuff, double mug, potentially that toss could be really good. If you have a fast enough tight end, something like double post could be really good. So I think there's some interesting stuff in this open flex. Those in routes, or those out routes, excuse me, on like dagger and vertical tight end out, those can get stuck on the line quite a bit. But if he can actually get out of the backfield, those can be pretty good, especially against man coverage as well. Next formation, let's go to wing trio. Some good RPOs here right off the rip. Y flood. Any flood concept is always going to be good against somebody playing any drop zone coverage. Cover 2, cover 3, cover 4. Doesn't matter as long as it's drop zone and not match. You're almost always going to have either your tight end or your halfback wide open on that. But the main thing we got in here is just so much mesh. An unbelievable display of mesh between lead swing mesh rail, which is probably my favorite one, or mesh spot. Now we're hitting the air raid classics going with some mesh. Now mesh rail I like a ton because of that rail of the halfback going out on that wheel route, where you have both your tight end and your slot receiver coming from the right to the left. You sneak that little wheel out from behind, has a lot of potential. Stick, just another classic. Some decent run plays in here. Those tight end mid screens, I don't know about those. I'm not the biggest fan of those. But overall, wing trio, great little mesh formation hiding in here. Now, let's go over. A bunch wide can be good too, but I'm not the biggest fan of the spread out bunch like that. But tight open, I am a big fan of this. And these plays, I have not seen in any other playbook. I'm sure they are in some, but I just have not seen them. The zipper motion, mesh spot with a slip screen and a GL X spot. I'm guessing that means a goal line X spot. So we'll go ahead and call this mesh spot. This is actually going to be another gameplay example that we have. We'll just throw them in a random defense. And the zipper motion is interesting. I feel like it could be really, really good, but I'm not convinced on it. So like he comes in motion, he's going to go back this way, then he's going to go back this way, but the man defense kind of sticks with him pretty good. So then we just go with one of our mesh underneath. Because I called this expecting, so when we get to the gameplay here, it was man coverage, and I really thought the zipper motion would be really, really good against man, but it's actually not. They actually stick on it like glue, and I think it's really, really good against zone. He gets out to that flat so quickly that if they're in a zone coverage, like even a hard flat, I think from the slot corner wouldn't be able to get out there in time to keep up with this zipper motion. And it kind of tells you what defense they're in for the most part. Like, we're expecting this to be zone because he didn't follow him. So we could have thrown that if we wanted to. Because that corner wasn't following the zipper motion all the way, we can assume that zone. Okay, now they're just in prevent. This is kind of the danger of putting them in, putting them in random defenses. But again, he's not following, so we can guess that zone. We can just throw that out to be really, really quick. So for that, I really, really like it, having that built-in motion. Again, nobody following, nobody moving. We're guessing this is zone. We're just going to snap throw this to be. Right? That's where I think the main potential is on a play like this, is it's telling us what defense our opponent is in. And that's kind of determining our read for after the play. If it's man, we're looking for the mesh. If it's zone, we can just snap throw this to be right away. They shifted a little bit, but they're not actually following them, so we're guessing this is zone again. And we can just snap, throw it to B. Hopefully win a one-on-one, but if not, it's a completion. And at least some yards. So I think that's a really solid play. Now we'll get to our gameplay example here, where at this stage of the game, he had been coming out in a lot of double mug, mid blitz, man coverage. This is when I thought, well, hey, a zipper motion should work pretty good against a big man blitz like this, against a full-on double mug mid blitz. Hoping this motion kind of gets his guy caught on the line, something, we can just throw this to B. Now we know it's actually the opposite, that this little zipper motion is much better against zone. So we're just going to look for the mesh wide open right over the middle. So I think against man, and again, we're able to, well, we kind of knew he was in double mug there anyway. He was in mid blitz there anyway. But against man, we're looking for the mesh or maybe that deep crosser. Against zone, we can snap throw that to B. And I think there's a lot of potential here in the zipper motion. Outside of that, it's just a good standard tight open. You got Y cross, slot post, an inside zone, which is not in every tight open, which is really nice to have a run that's not an option or a draw. So they're tight open, I like a lot. I think there's still some potential in that zipper stuff. Spread, we're going to go over very quickly. Just, I mean, it's a pretty generic spread for the most part. The only, of course, we're going to have some mesh, some curl wheels, some shallow cross, all your good spread offenses. The only thing in here that's a little different is this motion shot verticals. It almost reminds me a little bit of the box offset weak verticals play, except Y and A run into each other a lot on this, and our halfbacks on the wrong side. So I do think there's potential for Y to get open on this, as A kind of drags zones more to the inside of the field, or Y keeps zones more to the outside. One of those two, I think, has potential to get open on that, but it's just an interesting play I haven't really seen anywhere else. Spread Y flex, pretty standard basic air raid type of spread stuff here. Just trying to get the ball out quickly. Tray open halfback strong. We've got 3 versions of mesh with motion here. We have the just motion mesh post, and mesh wheel. All very good, all very interesting. Those motion wheel routes definitely not as good as they were at the start of the year, but still very, very good, especially combined with a mesh and those outside receiver routes, those deep posts, and sneaking your halfback out there as well. Tray open halfback strong's really become one of my favorite formations. I like it a lot. Scissors, great against a lot of zone coverages. Kills match with that that route B is on over there, or your halfback will get wide open on it. So yeah, tray open halfback strong, really, really good formation. I think those mesh ones can be really good here too. Got some tray 4 wide receiver, another very good formation. Like, this playbook just has everything. If you like to throw the ball, I don't know why you wouldn't be in North Texas. It's unbelievable. And then you even sneak a little veer and shoot out of here with wide bunch. Now, I personally have never been a fan of wide bunch in the veer and shoot playbook. The only thing I'll really do out of here is this RPO or a halfback run, like an inside zone. So come out in the RPO, have your inside zone as an audible. And then if you have the numbers to do it, you can go ahead and do it. We'll just call one just to show kind of what I'm talking about. So we kind of have numbers. I think we can throw this to B, especially when we see those guys come inside. That slot corner over there kind of bites inside on the run action. We can just throw that to B. Again, I think that we got them stuck in 4-2-5, so this actually isn't going to be the best example because we'll be able to throw it pretty much every single time. But as long as they've only got 2 guys over there, we're going to be able to throw that RPO. If they have more than that, let's see. Let's just put them in a truly random defense. I want them to actually have the numbers out there once. I mean, obviously, this is going to be a pass. But if they've actually got the numbers on the outside there, then we just switch to the inside zone, because I think that run actually works a lot better. But they just keep putting one guy out there. So you'll just have to take my word for it, because New Mexico State just doesn't want to listen. Then at the end here, we've got a couple of empty formations, 3, I guess, if you want to be technical about it, which of course are all going to be very, very good. The 686, 986, 986 switch, all awesome air raid style plays here. The main formation we're going to focus on is this bunch quads open, one of the most annoying formations in the entire game, in my opinion. And why that is going to be the combination of halfback screen and QB blast. So this is going to work a lot like it did in that wide bunch. We're going to come out in halfback screen. We're going to put them in a random defense, see what the numbers look like. That looks very bizarre, but they've got 4 guys over there. They've only got 5 in the box. We've got 5 blockers in the box. So now we're just going to go to a QB blast with Mestamaker and find our room right up the middle, take our 10 yards. They still got the numbers over there. They don't have numbers up the middle. QB blast. I'm hoping at some point they're going to mix this up a little bit and we can actually throw it. Here, it's kind of close. I mean, they have 4 over there. I would still probably go QB blast. And we also have that slant over there on the left as another option on that screen too. So something to keep in mind, if they only have 1 defender over on the left, like right here, I'm actually going to try to throw this to Evans, because they just don't have really any help on that side. And you get your one-on-one and you hope you can make a man miss. So now, finally, they've only got 2 defenders over there on the right. We're going to keep this play and we're going to throw it to Jackson. And then we just need blocks. Boys, we just need some blocks. We need some help. But essentially, it's just going to be those 2 plays. That's all I'm going to be calling out of empty quads open. And this is actually going to be another gameplay example we've got. We've got 2 of them of us doing this against poor Army. I think showcase exactly what I'm talking about. We've got 2 examples of this, and then we have a 2-minute drill right before half that's going to show kind of a mix of everything we have gone over here so far. But 34 seconds left in the first quarter, 3-0 lead for North Texas, ball at the 20-yard line. Good time for us to come out in this. Actually, we take a delay game here because I take too long. I forgot about that part. So never mind, 1st and 15 from the 25-yard line, but we're going to be doing the same thing. We come out in the halfback screen. He's got 4 defenders over here. He's only got 4 guys on the line. We're switching this to a QB run to Mestamaker. It's free, easy yards right up the middle. Blocking holds up beautifully. Mestamaker takes it. Try to make a man miss. Superman dive. It takes out the ankles. So that's pretty much it. I mean, that's nice and easy, but we go to it one more time here to actually end the game. We've got the ball. It is going to be a 3rd and 2, 1:09 to go. He's got 2 timeouts. We're up by 7. Ball at the 50-yard line. If we need 2 yards, I don't know how you stop this from getting 2 yards. Either way. So now we come out in it. He's only got 2 defenders over here. He's got a lot of people in the box. Keep the halfback screen. Just easy. Just look at the numbers. It's kind of like a veer and shoot kind of concept of just look at where your numbers are and take advantage of it. He didn't. First example, he had 4 guys out there, so we go to the QB run. That time he's got 2 guys out to defend the screen. We keep the screen and get a huge chunk of change and actually end the game right there. So let's go backwards now to a 2-minute drill right before halftime. I actually take a really bad sack to get this drive started, so we don't need to see that. I actually just got instant shedded on this. We try that motion. Okay, this is actually exactly what I was talking about earlier. We try that motion verticals play out of spread, but look at Y and A. Right at the snap here. They just run straight into each other. And then we get insta-shedded. So now, 2nd and 20, 1:10 left before halftime. Let's see what we can cook up in this North Texas playbook. And we kind of go through a few different... We do a little bit of everything, actually. In this last minute. So we're coming out in slot and tight open slot post. One of my favorite pass plays in the entire game. We don't have to hot route anything. This is just a stock, very, very good play. Make a very late read here. Halfback just wide open the entire way. We see it late. We pass lead that to the right. Mestamaker makes that throw. Good job, Hawkins, by keeping your feet in there as well. He was in a little match coverage as users, typically the one responsible for that. For the halfback in that. Very late. Booth reviews it. It stays a catch. But very late read, but it was wide open. That's the important thing. So now 52 seconds. That pushes us up to about midfield. Now we're going to be switching up our formations here. I think we go to doubles. Yeah, just go to little standard doubles here. A shallow cross. So the drag on the tight end. And we're going to try to sneak a little Texas route under here because we're hoping the defense is going to be either following the drag and then worried about the dig. and we'll have a Texas route right over the middle, or they focus on the Texas route and we have the dig. Got to really make them choose between the Texas or the dig on Y. And it's a big man blitz, so this guy's coming in free. We see it's a big man blitz, throw it right on the break. Army's not going to be able to guard that. We're going to have our Texas route on this too, but either way, that's also open. So we really had our choice there with him coming out in a big man blitz. So now, just like that, 2 plays, we're down to the Army 38. I mean, it's a shame we took that sack on the first one, but that's neither here nor there. Now we're staying in our gun doubles. This is that drag under play. I'm trying to hot route some on B, a little comeback on B. The dig, deep dig on our tight end. Don't have the dig, but we go right underneath because it's that tight end was kind of pushing everybody back a little bit. So we have a quick underneath. Those drag routes, very, very hard to defend. If you just need a few yards, drag routes, very, very good. Now we go to that scissors play out of one of the trips. We're going to have X right here. Let's see if we see it. We don't. We have that perfect little window where this defender now gets distracted by Y. Both of these guys going vertical, take all their zone defenders back with them. Leaves a perfect little window. Leaves just his user there who overcommits. Makes a diving attempt to make a play on that, but too little, too late. We can hit that in route. Now into the red zone, 20 seconds left before half. I just call scissors again. I don't love that. Got to mix that up a little bit because now he's ready for it. But we got a little bit of speed on our quarterback too. We find our little gap there with Mestamaker. Take our 10 yards down to the 10-yard line, just like that. Bang, bang, bang. A little bit of everything here. Now we're going to go Trey 4 wide. I mean, this is definitely a pass, right? Yeah, we're out of timeouts. This is definitely going to be a pass. What's it going to be, though? It's going to be switch Z curl. Really just looking for the curl routes. And sneak a little Texas route under here on Jackson. Same kind of idea. Just trying to make a user choose between the slant and stop, whatever you want to call it, sides is on, versus the Texas route on Jackson. Just try to see where his user goes and go to the other side. We don't really have anything. We could have hit B there, but we got some wheels. We got some wheels on old Drew Mestamaker. Space that defense out, be able to roll out, run it in for the touchdown. Even with taking that terrible sack, we are able to put points on the board and take our lead back before halftime. So that's it for our North Texas offense overview. I love this offense. You also do have full house close and doubles Y off and pistol. I mean, if you're running North Texas, you're running shotgun, and there is a ton to like in here. So if you've tried it out, let me know what you think. If you haven't tried it out and you like to pass the ball, try the North Texas offense. I think there's something in here for everybody, no matter how you like to attack the defense. If you want to go short, you can. If you want to try to hit some bombs, you can. There's something in here for everybody. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I will see you next time. Until then, take it easy.